Welcome back to the Rita Panahi Show. Joining me now is Douglas Murray, Associate Editor of The Spectator and the best-selling author of The War on the West. Douglas, you've recently returned from Ukraine and we'll speak about your analysis about the war soon. But first, I want to ask you about the biggest sporting event in the world, the FIFA World Cup. It kicked off in Qatar today. And the moral posturing began too. We've got the England team vowing to take a knee. Douglas, what do you make of this activism?
It's incredibly tiresome, isn't it, Rita? I mean, it's sort of the epitome. I hope it's the epitome or a turning point in this whole nonsense game of our era. We spoke last week about the way in which this crypto firm collapsed and claimed all the way along until the end of it in this sort of Chaucerian fraud that they believed in ESG and DIE and all the other things that you're meant to agree to in this era. and they just pocketed billions and ran away with it. Well, it's the same thing with FIFA. I mean, FIFA is one of the world's most corrupt organizations. We've known that for years. We know that the World Cup is only in Qatar because Qatar's been able to bribe its way to it. And now, the players have this sort of baked into a political act or not. And frankly, I think like the fans all are totally bored of it. The idea that the England team would take the knee 2 years and a bit after George Floyd was killed in Minnesota by a policeman who's now serving life in jail. Why are they doing this? What's the point? Meanwhile, they're kneeling in front of a team of Iranians representing a nation whose government is currently massacring, raping and pillaging its way through the population of its own country because of women having the temerity to ask to be allowed to walk around freely without a hijab on. And, the Iranian players will stand there as their government is assaulting women in their country. And it's the England team opposite them taking the knee for something they have no involvement in and need say nothing about.
And I can tell you the Iranian people would much prefer the team not to be taking a knee, but to, I don't know, burn a hijab or come out in hijabs and take them off. Do something that signifies some sort of support from those brave women and men who are risking their lives trying to overturn that murderous regime. And Douglas, it's emerged today that FIFA have banned the English team from wearing the One Love armband at the World Cup. But I guess the team's not going to get on a plane and go home. They'll just do as they're told. So that moral posturing only goes so far.